Hi there guys, so I'm back here with another video today, and today is a special sort of video here. I'm at the same park where I started all of these vlogs, and I'm just a bit further back, so I know the scenery might look slightly different here today. So in today's vlog here, I want to talk about Ramadan. So this month here, we are fasting, and it's currently day 7, I think. Yeah, I think yesterday was day 6. But all in all, it's been a wonderful few days, and the fast itself hasn't been too long. So if you think back, or those of you that observe the fasting period, if you look back a few years back, we used to break fast at around, I think, 10 p.m, 10 p.m, and now it's much easier. It's around 5:30ish, and we start the fast at around 5 in the morning. Yeah, from rise around 5:30ish. But anyways, it's 30 days of a journey, a spiritual journey, and a mental and also physical for some people as well. So I know there's people out there that lose weight, that gain weight. So it just depends on who you are and of course what you eat during those sundown hours. But as for me, I've been taking it a bit more serious than before. The last few years I fast. I like to sleep during the day, and I'd always keep the mosque timetable in my pocket as well. So I'll be looking at Maghrib, the time when you break the fast, so it's called iftar. And it's just it's not the best way to observe Ramadan, but it's still a way to get past it if you're struggling of any sort. But now taking it a bit more serious, like I'm reading a lot more Quran, which is good. So it's the month where the Quran was revealed, and remembrance of Allah. So it's important to carry one of these or have a tasbih, one of those beads that you just you remember the remembrance of Allah. You just keep flicking through the beads as well. But as for me, it's the first Ramadan that I feel slightly a bit more connected. Though there's a bit of chaos everywhere and things have been unstable and stuff, it's still the first Ramadan where I feel, I can actually feel my full body here, not being, disassociated all the way, still slightly little bit, but more present. And I'm grateful for that, alhamdulillah. And, it goes to show that if you make a strong dua, or if you put forth your vulnerability in the month of Ramadan and ask for forgiveness and ask for anything that's blocking you, paining you, and anything that's just hindering you from success, progress and so forth, this is the month to make that prayer. Ask Allah for whatever you need, make that dua. Because this time last year in Ramadan, I was going through panic, and I couldn't eat. I could barely go to Tarawih, so the night prayers, that is. I was sat at home. I remember looking down at a plate with just 2 samosas in there. I'd take a bite. Believe it or not, I'd take a bite. I'd take a sip of water, and that's it. In those times I was working, so I'd get back on my laptop. I'd work for an hour or two, and then I'd complete that 1 samosa, and that's it. I'd wait another 2 hours. I wouldn't be able to eat. My digestive tract was just not agreeing with me whatsoever. My anxiety wasn't making it any easier. Everything was just muddled up. So I made a lot of dua, and something that I set for myself daily was complete Surah Al-Baqarah every day. Regardless if I finish work at 6, 7 p.m, just find that hour and complete Surah Al-Baqarah, and wipe it around your head and whatnot. It's just so important. So I soldiered through that Ramadan last year, and straight after I finished on Eid Day, if I remember right, I did the first ever exposure, and that's the one that I uploaded here on my YouTube channel. It's the one where you see my hand shaking, the one I'm narrating over it. So, Alhamdulillah, I took advantage of that Ramadan last year. I'm trying to do that and even more this year. So, completing Bakhra is just the start of it. And when it comes to the sleep, sleep is also a tough one for me. Sleep, eat, things that are, just natural and that don't require thinking for other people is what's actually a challenging, not ordeal, but a challenging hurdle for me. I'm going to take exactly how it comes day by day. That's exactly what I've been doing. Sleep has been tough as well. Now that I'm not working, I can get up a bit late, but I've got things to do regardless in the day. So I can't just, play Sleeping Beauty. I need to get up still. But if I don't get to sleep those early hours, and suhoor, it's around 4-5ish, and then Fajr after it, and I'm a light sleeper, so I won't be able to get back to sleep straight away. You can just picture sleep around 7-8 a.m. and then getting up within the next 2-3 hours. You'll be feeling completely deprived of sleep, no food, no nothing. It just makes the day a bit more gritty. But alhamdulillah, ala kulli hal, Ramadan is all about sacrifice. So whether that's food, whether that's sleep, whether that's engaging with not so beneficial things with friends, arguments, conversations with the other gender, this is that, pursuing romantic relationships that are not, lawfully halal. All of that has to be sacrificed for this month. And it's something that I'm learning. We're all in this race of attaining Allah's mercy and pleasure, and we're all in different paths and just different lengths, but we're all on the same journey. It's all that matters. But Ramadan is one of the most beautiful times of the year. Different people observe it in different manners. If you look at the Middle Eastern part of the world, Mecca and Medina, a lot of the people make that pilgrimage towards there. So if you actually make Umrah this time of the year during Ramadan, it counts as if that you've completed a Hajj. And that is massive, on the scale, on the Day of Judgment. That's going to be something to be proud of, mashallah. And given that the scale of people that are going to be there from across all over the world, different regions, it becomes hectic. I went Umrah in Ramadan actually. First time I went was 2016, so exactly 10 years ago. And I was planning to go this year, but circumstances didn't agree. Whether that's finance, whether that's family reasons, whether that's whatever the reason is, alhamdulillah. Funny part is I was actually going to go last year Ramadan, but work wouldn't give me the time off, so alhamdulillah, 10 years since I last went. But it's the place, man, I'll tell you that now. Fasting Ramadan in Makkah is like, you'll feel a lot more blessed. You'll feel way more connected. The prayers, the reward for each prayer is times by 100,000. And if you go to Medina, it's times by, I think it's 1,000 times. Yeah. So the scale of rewards itself translates, the actual spiritual differences from fasting anywhere else in the world and fasting in Mecca and Medina, the holy sites. But inshallah, I'll be able to return once again. But for those of you that haven't been, I would definitely tell you, take a look into it and book that plane as soon as possible and go to Mecca and Medina if you can, and more so in Ramadan. But anyways, as you can see, I am finding it quite difficult for me to just form a few of the sentences here. It's like there's a brain fog and a bit of a lag from my mind to mouth connection here, I haven't really been doing the exercises I've been doing last few months. I've just been taking things more at ease now and giving myself the benefit of doubt that I'm fasting. Times are a bit more difficult, so you know, relax, Ali. You know, you'll get back when things are looking a bit more promising. But something that I read on last night was life isn't about waiting for when things clear and when things look better or when opportunities arise. Life is all about those times where you're waiting for the next chapter in life or anything to happen, and you actually go make those steps towards anything. That's what life is all about. It's about those moments where things are uncertain. So for me, I'm not going to wait for things too much anymore. I know I keep saying that, but every day where, you know, whether things are boring, whether things are not in my favor, those are the moments where, you know, you look back years from now, fond of those times, thinking, you know, those were the days. So I'm going to make these days count. I'm not going to wait for those days where there's new outlets or things I'm doing. So take advantage of each day is basically my message. But anyways, Ramadan Mubarak, guys. I hope you enjoy and make use of this holy month, and you know, spend time with your loved ones, make du'as, and get your ajrs in. Yeah. But anyways, that's it for today here, and I'm gonna make my way back home, read some Quran inshallah, and I'll catch you guys on another part here very soon. But peace and blessings. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.